Kia ora koutou katoa, nau mai haramai ki te ao Hākinakina, your sports show right here on your Tribal Pulse Te Kore Mako o Taranaki, 94.8 FM and 98.4 FM. Well, she was recently appointed General Manager of Netball Taranaki and brings a rich background in netball as a player, an umpire and a coach. She's also built a strong career in governance and community leadership, and with her passion for the sport and strategic vision for its future, she will play a pivotal role in the progression of netball within the region. We're super excited to have her on the show here to speak with us. Darleena Christie, no mai haramai. Kia ora.
Kia ora. How you doing?
Very, very well. Thank you. Thank you for taking the time out to join Te Ao Hākinakina to have a kōrero with us. Looking forward to catching up. But before we get started, ko waikwe, no he koe, just a bit about yourself and where you're from.
Oh, too much to start with, all at once. So kia ora, ko Darleena tōku ingoa, currently based in Stratford. And I've got a couple of cheeky children that are very sporty, and my husband that supports me in everything. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to do netball. Born in Auckland, bred in Dunedin, and fortunately was moved to Taranaki at a young age, and have been here ever since. So I call it home, but always cheekily go back to Dunedin, as it's very welcoming down there too. So I don't really notice much difference in the cold.
Beautiful, yeah, but colder down there, I'm sure. But as a youngster, what sports did you play? Like, obviously you're involved with netball now. Was it always netball, or was there other sports that you played as a youngster?
I loved other sports. Grew up, actually started, wasn't netball was my first passion. It was actually hockey, and got to run around with as a little one down in Dunedin, very cold. But also had a love of volleyball growing up. So I actually chose volleyball and basketball over netball. And the only reason why I continued with netball, because after school, it wasn't very strong in terms of the volleyball and basketball in Taranaki at the time. So yeah, absolutely love lots of sports. And I see recently we had Longi on the show, and we used to try and compete against her at athletics. I had no shot in getting any close to her. She could throw a discus for miles, but I still gave it a go. And yeah, so there's lots and lots of sports absolutely involved in coming through.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, obviously, you're heavily involved with netball now. What is it, once you kind of really got into netball, what is it about the sport of netball that you really love?
It was a close-knit community. People were willing to support you, and they didn't even really know you. Some really cool coaches that I had growing up. So as we all grow up, there's certain things that we do, and netball was one of my outs as I was coming through secondary school and stuff like that. And those coaches helped build me and support me as a person and a player. But just the connections, the whānau, we've got such a wider whānau coming through the netball community. My children have lots of netball aunties, as we call them, and it's absolutely amazing. So the connections are lifelong for some of them, and I cherish those because they're not just there for you on the netball court. They're there for the good times and the bad and the ugly, so it's really cool.
That's awesome. That's awesome. We all got those netball aunties, don't we? They're pretty precious.
They're amazing. I lose count.
They sure are. They sure are. Now, what inspired you to take on the role as general manager for Netball Taranaki, and what does this opportunity mean to you personally?
So the opportunity just happened to arise, and I kind of thought that I would grasp something that I was quite passionate about. I've been at grassroots level and still at grassroots level. We all play many facets within our passionate sporting arenas. And so it's been that club coordinator, coach, player, umpire. And I guess growing up, everyone's given so much to me. I wanted to be able to give back to the community, and what better way to do it than, I guess, be passionate about something and do the mahi and also get paid for it.
Love that, love that. As you mentioned, you've played many roles within the sport, which just goes to show your passion. So being involved in netball as a player, as an umpire, as a coach, how do you think these experiences and your grassroots kind of nature, how do you think that shaped your approach to managing and developing the sport within the region?
Just having a better understanding of those connections and the importance of relationships, and knowing that everyone's in a sport because they're passionate about it, they want to develop, they want to grow, and it's extending that support to them in a way that I can be behind the scenes and ensure that we've got the capacity and the resources to be able to support that community as everyone's trying to strive for something, whether it's a social connection, whether it's to be an elite athlete or be at the highest level that they possibly can, either officiating or umpiring. So, yeah, really looking forward to shaping a strategy going forward that is a good one for our community. And to do that, I need to start making some more connections and stuff within our region to ensure that happens.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now, you've also had, I understand you've had a diverse career in governance and stakeholder management and stuff like that. How do you see these skills contributing to your leadership at Netball Taranaki?
Just that strong administrative presence that I'm able to bring to, and the understanding between governance and operational. I guess being in local government, it's quite a big one, and we've got elections and stuff coming up. So just having a good understanding of that governance in the background as well. But also I've worked at WorkSafe New Zealand in the central government sector, and so I bring with me a health and safety and a knowledge of what it's like to be, down on the ground and the things that we need to do in that area. There's lots of things, and I'm looking forward to bringing them all.
Love it, love it. And you've had a great start, that's for sure. And it's lovely to have you on the show. Make sure to stay tuned, whānau. We're going to go to a short break now and be back to speak with Darleena very, very shortly. No mai haramai e te iwi, no mai haramai ki te ao Hākinakina. Welcome back to our sports show here at Te Koremako Te Ao Hākinakina. We have a very special guest with us on the show this week, Darleena Christie, General Manager of Netball Taranaki. Now, Darleena, Netball Taranaki is focused on growing and developing netball at all levels. What are some of the key strategies you plan to implement to achieve this goal?
Some of them are actually already started. So, we start with our future ferns. So, at the moment, our year 1 to 4s, they're free, and it's about enabling them to take part in a sport and not have that financial barrier for families. And that's right through to future ferns. And part of that is also about stepping into our schools. We've got an in-schools program that we are reaching out and ensuring that we can come in and deliver some programs that are appropriate sessions for the years and stuff that they've got in schools. We actually have a umpire structure that we have implemented this year and stuff as well, and it's only in its infancy, but we hope to grow that more so that we can develop our umpires to be the best that they can and help them along their pathway as well. There's lots of one-to-ones and face-to-face meetings and huis, I guess, that we're going to be having we can connect more with our community and see what their needs are and what they would like to see us do as well. So it's not about us just being directive.
Love that, love that. And I love that care for our umpires, such a special part of all sporting codes. And good to see them looked after. Now, some of those things you mentioned, obviously funding is actually really crucial in terms of that growth of, community sports. Can you share your approach to attracting and utilising funding effectively for Netball Taranaki?
So that's a big one at the moment, especially with the changes and stuff that are going through government with the online gambling bill and the changes that'll have on, I guess, all community sports. So that's about working together more with our community and other sporting codes so that we can have that kōrero in and around how we can entice or attract sponsorship and funding, and not just rely on, the big lotteries and NZT and stuff coming in. So currently putting together a funding strategy and sponsorship stuff, and how we can look at things a little bit differently, and what can we do and what programs can we put in place to, I guess, bring in that extra income.
Beautiful. Love that. Love that. Now, the vision, is there a long-term vision for Netball Taranaki, over the next 3, 5, 10 years? And what are some of those things you'd like to see leading into the future for the game here in Taranaki?
So the vision and stuff currently on our website, it still reads 2024. And so our board and stuff are working collaboratively, couldn't get that word out, at the moment, in terms of looking at what that long-term vision is. And that would be a 5-year vision and strategy going forward for netball within our Taranaki community.
Beautiful, beautiful. Love it. Now, how do people get involved with the game? What's the best, if someone's listening today and on the show and they're like, hey, man, I'd actually like to give netball a go. What's the best way that people can get in touch with the game?
By hopping onto our Netball Taranaki website. It offers all the programs and stuff. It is clunky, and we are looking at making that a little bit easier for our people. But just hop on. There's all the contacts for the games and development and different areas that you might want to get involved, because it's not necessarily always playing it. There's other things that could lead us to different opportunities. So hop onto our website, give us a call. We're always open for a phone call and up for that as well. So, yep, our team would love to hear from you. Awesome,
awesome. Well, you're doing a great job in the general manager space, but you also get back out on the court, I understand. I understand in 2023 you attended the New Zealand Masters Games and had a good win down there. What was this experience like, and what's your involvement like, still getting out on the court and stuff?
It's just as recently as Saturday. So played netball in Stratford in Section 1, and it was the big game to see who would win for the season. And we played a young Stratford High School A team who have got some beautiful, talented players in there. And our team gave it everything that they had out there. So I was quite pleased to be a part of that, being the oldest on the court. I was very happy to be able to make it off and still be walking. But yeah, it was a lovely game and a great watch for those that were in the crowd. Still umpiring at Premier level too. So getting out there. Masters Games is awesome. It's a great biannual event, and we totally look forward to it. It's old and new from our club that come together and play.
That's beautiful, Darleena. Well, hey, thank you for taking the time to come on the show. It's an absolute pleasure to hear your passion and your love for the game and your grassroots mentality, coming from the grassroots as an umpire, a coach, a player, and to see you in that role. It's just beautiful to see that we've got someone in that role that really comes from the heart of a community sport like that. And we wish you well in your role into the future, and look forward to catching up with you again in the near future as your role carries on.
Awesome. And there is men's netball, so you might want to hop on and have a look too.
I remember last time I played, my wife told me off because I was passing it like a rugby ball. So maybe I need another team. As long as you weren't taking
them out like a rugby player, that's okay. Yeah. Otherwise, I might have blown the whistle for contact.
Yeah. Thanks heaps for your time, Darleena.
Ka pai.